Hello, my beautiful friends. Namaste. I'm Jill Loftus of Nuit, Astrology. Welcome to your Isis Lotus Tarot spread. We're looking at the week of September the 22nd, 2025, on the heels of that solar eclipse. So, definitely some tense energies in play last week. Let's take a look and see what we have to experience this week. Last week's Isis Lotus spread was full of swords. Let's see what happens this week to pick up the pieces. And remember, we're still in the eclipse vibe. So this reading is for the collective, and it indicates two different ways that the week may unfold, or two different areas of life that it is offering you some guidance regarding. All right, so the first card is the past, so where we're coming from, that influence. And this card is the Magician. So the Magician reminds us that we are capable, that we do have the power, that we have the resources, we have the assets. We have to have this confidence that everything in our life has led to this moment and we are prepared. Now you, my darling, Seven of Swords, need to be aware that there could be loss or theft. Someone could steal your actual assets or money. You could be the victim of some kind of, I don't know, I feel like there's deceit or trickery or something here. So we have to be really, really wise and cautious. Now the environment, Wheel of Fortune. There are things happening that are beyond our control. I would imagine that this has a lot to do with what's going on in the collective. Financially, I have the feeling that there's a big bump coming in September. And then as these energies culminate, we have the Six of Cups, which indicates that maybe we're looking backwards a little bit. Now, the key card of the future is Seven of Wands. We need some boundaries. We need to be able to say no. We need to know when to turn off the television, stop listening to the radio, stop obsessing about things. We need to set some good boundaries. Now, our two opposing forces in play, we have the Sun. So the Sun is our essence. It's how we shine. It's how we bring forth our unique energy signature into the world. And the other side, we've got the Emperor. So the Emperor energy is very assertive. The Emperor is even above like the kings and the queens, right? The Emperor has to make some hard decisions. So these are two different potential roles here. Now, the key card of the near future is the Hermit. You definitely need to be attuned to your meditative practices. You need to maybe withdraw from other people's influence and take your own counsel at this time. Now, our modifiers are Five of Swords on the Sun side. So we've got to watch that we can decide, we do our meditation and then we decide, oh, this is the only solution. So don't get locked into obsessively thinking of one thing, because you might not really be seeing the bigger picture here. Over here on the Emperor side, we have the Hanging Man. So this is a card that requires patience. It reminds us that we might not be entirely content or comfortable, but we realize we have to be patient. Now, over here with the Sun and the Five of Swords, the Queen of Wands, we don't let things linger. We take care of things. If we're worried or concerned, it's nagging us, we've got to go for it. Over here on the Emperor and Hanging Man side, we have the Seven of Cups, which indicates that our energy might be being diffused or, kind of scattered. So recenter and ground. Now, our two possible solutions or progressions on the Sun side, we have the Six of Wands, recognition. That's wonderful. Achievement. On the Emperor side, Three of Cups, so another little bit of encouragement here. So I'm liking these resolutions. On the Sun side with the Six of Wands, we have the Page of Wands, so initiating something new. And over here on the Emperor side with the Three of Cups, we have the Ace of Wands. So it's all this wand energy as we finish the week. So this kind of makes sense. we have to start the week with this confidence of the magician, right? We've got this. All right. And you've got to guard against loss. It could even be that you are losing your peace of mind in some way, but you've got to guard and protect yourself. All right. Because Wheel of Fortune, this is not necessarily all about you. It's the larger collective karma at play. As these energies culminate, there will be something from the past that comes back around, and we will need to set a boundary. 7 of Wands. Now, on the one hand, we've got this Sun card where our special gifts and talents get called into play, right? And we meditate, we take time alone, hermit, so that we can contemplate. And then when we move into our action plan, we need to make sure that we have some perspective and we kind of tend to things as they come along. We will receive some kind of award, recognition. We'll get called out in some way, in a good way. And that will kind of take us to this Page of Wands. It's like we'll get a new opportunity, or it's not a new opportunity. We're getting some kind of opportunity here because people have seen our good works, right? Now, on the other side, we've got the Emperor energy. And it's interesting. The Emperor energy will feel like, I feel like on the Sun side, it's more like you. On the Emperor side, other people are going to be relying upon you. Okay, there's something here about other people. Now, again, Hermit, you're going to withdraw. You're not going to feel influenced by what they tell you to do, but you're going to feel responsible in some way. And the Hanging Man says, yeah, I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I understand that there's a purpose in this transition time. Now, 7 of Cups reminds me to stay grounded and then really go for what emotionally feels exciting, right? So this is more like emotional fulfillment. This other one is like, I feel like the other side, it's like someone comes to you and says, hey, I really see that you have this talent. Here's this opportunity. On the other side, it's more like, I really am sensing that this is the direction to move in and I'm going to start this new thing. So either way, you're going to end up the week with a new beginning, a fresh start, which makes a lot of sense with a new moon solar eclipse. All right, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful week. Be sure to check out the planetary energy forecast that I will post tomorrow. Take care. Bye.